All right, so guys, I've given you a little bit of a background on your characters. Just as a reminder, Cooper, you are Yuri Longsword, the human ranger.
Yes.
You are a master of archery. Rory, you are the professor, Professor Whiterun. You are a human rogue, and you are stealthy, you're sneaky, and you're really good with a blade. Brian, you are Ray, the human sorcerer. You bend reality to your will and use magic that comes from within. And Heather, you are Carl, the human female druid. The power of nature channels through you, and you are able to do strange and marvelous things. Okay, you guys are in the very small hamlet of Rodin. It's a small, and when I say hamlet, I mean like there's only like 100 people total that live here. This is the entirety of the town, There's little farms where peoples live and families live, but really it's just a small little trading community, okay? There is a inn. You guys are currently at this inn. There are a couple small shops. There's a blacksmith. There's a trading post and a couple cottages where people live here in town. But this is pretty much it. And surrounding this hamlet of Rodin is just vast open woods and prairies, and like I said, a few farms where people close by live. They bring their crops to town. People trade. There are some other cities, but they're kind of far away, like a day's ride in any direction, north, south, east, and west. You guys have actually come to this town as a group of new adventurers. You're young, you've left the city, and you've gone out to look for adventure. And you've traveled a couple days, you've come to the village of Rodin, and you are in the inn. In the inn, currently there's a couple other local people. You are sitting around a very crude table. There's a couple elders. Yes, there's a couple elders here in town, and there's a bartender with a decent ale. There's some food, and there's an upstairs to this area where people sleep. You guys have just enjoyed a fine dinner, and you're settling into an ale. One of the older men pulls out a lute and begins playing some music and lightening the mood, when suddenly you hear a pounding at the door. Everybody kind of stops what they're doing and they look over, and the door bursts open. It's almost like you had this dream before. The door bursts open, and a man who seems to be wounded, he's bleeding and he's got cuts and scratches all over his face. He's got some blood on his clothes. He's got dirt and twigs and leaves all over him. He bursts through the door and falls down in front of you guys, and he's like, "Help, help me. Someone please help." He seems wounded and he's clutching at his wound. The innkeeper runs over to him and seems panicked. "Please, someone help this man. He seems to have been wounded." They look to you, the youngest and strongest in the inn, for help. What do you do?
Heather, you gotta go first.
Yeah,
you
do
got
I
those
go for
healing
this one?
powers.
Oh my god.
Now you know
Wait, yeah, what do I...
you have the ability to use an herbalism kit,
Yeah.
and an understanding of medicine.
Because I don't want to use this spell right away, right?
That's right. You might want to save that, but you do
Yeah.
know how to kind of take care of people's through
Yeah.
your proficiency in medicine. You know how to take care of people. So you rush over to the man. It doesn't seem like he's dying to the extent where you might have to use a spell, but
Okay.
you do think that some of your knowledge of medicine would help. So you sit down and kind of pull out your kit and begin kind of cleaning his wounds. He seems thirsty. The innkeeper brings him some water. And after you clean his wounds and the man drinks some water, he looks up at you and he's like, "Oh, thank you." He's like, "Please, could someone help me? I have been beset upon by a horrible thing. I was traveling to trade some goods with my family, my wife and my son, and we broke for camp, and we went to sleep, and in the middle of the night I heard the cries of my son, and my wife and I burst forth from our tent. We couldn't find our son, and we searched all around and called out to him, and we saw some tracks in the dirt. We thought perhaps we could find him, so we lit torches and trailed out to find him, but we couldn't find him. I traveled for hours, and we found a split in the path, and we weren't sure which direction he'd gone. My wife went in one direction and I in the other, and I traveled for more time and found what looked like an old ruined tower. And there was a gate around it, and a wrought iron gate, and tombstones within the courtyard. The gate was locked and I couldn't get over it. And suddenly I heard wolves. So I ran and called out for my wife and ran back to where we split off, and I couldn't find her anymore. And then the wolves were chasing me, and I ran and tried to fight them off, and they attacked me. I grabbed a tree limb that had fallen and fought them off for as long as I could, but they kept attacking and clawing and biting at me. And I don't remember what happened. I fell down into a ravine, and I awoke this morning, and I was cut up, and I tried to find my wife again and tried to find the camp, but couldn't find anyone. And I ran back until I found this place. Please, would any of you be willing to help me? I must find my wife and my son. I don't know what happened to them, but I must find them.
Yeah. We got you. We're gonna find your wife and son, dude.
Thank you, good sir. Good sir, my name is Malcolm. My wife is Marisha. And my son, I'm not sure what happened to him. He's been gone now for a whole day. If you would be so kind as to help me, I believe that the camp where I last was to the east of here, perhaps an hour hike. Would you go?
We gotta.
Yeah, we have to. We got it.
Got this.
We
What
got
if
you.
we say no and the game just ends?
No.
That could happen.
No, we have to. We're helping
Now we
out them
have
out.
to.
All right, so you guys decide to help him?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
He is, the innkeeper is willing to give him like a blanket because he has nothing, and it is a little bit cold out. It's kind of like right in between fall and winter. So you guys are all equipped, you have stuff. He gets a blanket from the innkeeper, and the innkeeper gives him like a water skin. And then after a little breather, he's ready to set out. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do you guys want to set out? It's night. You could light torches, you could set out in the night, or you could see if you can convince Malcolm to wait till morning.
Well-
But remember what he said about his kid and his wife being missing already.
Yeah.
He's
I think
already
they
been gone
could-
for a day.
They could be like even farther though if we waited. Like they
Yeah,
could,
you gotta go
That is
now.
true.
You
we
gotta
gotta
go
go
now.
now. We have to go now. We're
There's-
going.
You can't waste any time.
We're all right.
Okay.
We just had a big meal. We're all
So
They're missing.
who's lighting torches? Who's carrying torches? You guys all have supplies,
good.
but
I have
I'll
a
I have
need to
one
know-
torch.
I have a torch.
Okay.
We all have torches.
I mean, not everybody has to have a torch, but I
Yeah.
need to know who's carrying torch, and
Um,
as you proceed out from the
Rory,
hamlet.
you want to take that torch?
I have a backpack
sure.
and
Who wants to
rope
go out?
Yeah.
and water.
I think we should
skin.
all go out. Go out as a group.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I am gonna move the village out and set up the open road.
So you buy those ones, right?
Yeah, those are dwarven forge, and they're really nice, and they're really
Yeah.
expensive because you could do this. They're modular. You take the walls
What?
off
Nice.
What the heck?
and set up anything inside of them.
That's cool.
Wait, are they like plastic?
They are
Ceramic.
they're made of a proprietary material called dwarvenite. It's basically cast rubberized resin. So
Oh,
I
wait, is
can't tell
this
if
one?
you're speaking
that
blue
is.
language right now or like real.
So this is like super durable. Like you could drop it on the ground and it won't break. Now there's other stuff that I have that's made of like dental plaster where if you dropped it, it would shatter like a plate.
Yeah.
I have to
this?
explain that to people
Wait,
in case
did
they're
you
like,
make this?
that I made.
Oh.
Those are actually
Really?
McDonald's
Is
Smurf
that paper
cottages.
mache?
And-
No.
Yeah, both of these.
That's so funny.
They're McDonald's Smurf cottages.
You made that?
Yep. So see, they were just cheap plastic.
I wanna open it. I'm
And then I
scared.
You can just pull the roof off. Go ahead.
Heather, you broke it.
Oh, damn.
Nice. What the heck, Bill?
This is also Dwarven Forge.
Made for McDonald's.
Yeah, see.
Is that like a company or something?
Yeah, Dwarven Forge is a company that makes terrain for games. Not just D&D, but any game, really.
What's this on top?
That's like a little window. Oh, the material?
Yeah.
That is dryer lint that I painted over with 4 different coats of paint. I wanted it to kind of look like a thatched roof, but it
looks
sort
like-
of
yeah, it
looks
looks like
cat
hay.
vomit.
Ooh, it smells
No.
me, by
No,
the
it
way.
still looks really good.
Okay, so
I'm the guy with the cape. I got it.
Cooper, you are the guy with the bow.
Oh, what? I like this one.
Bill,
Ryan,
Have you that
you
one?
are the wizard-looking guy.
No, that's me right there.
This is a girl. I don't know if you
Oh.
saw the boobs, but
Oh.
that's Heather. And this is Roy,
Wow, cool.
because he's got a
Oh.
black cloak and a cool blade.
thought you
Oh, that
bought
actually
it.
looks sick, Rory. I don't like my helmet, Mike.
This will be the old man who you were walking with. Not old man, but that'll be
guy there.
Malcolm.
Malcolm looks like
So-
he's stocked.
He's
Chill.
well,
Look at this guy.
yeah, he's
He's the man.
There's a bug in here.
He's Malcolm.
Where?
I feel like he's
Fine,
hiding
I
something
do.
with all this gear. He's just no way he would lose by it to a wolf. He's got all this stuff.
Okay, Cooper's already
Yeah, I don't know.
paranoid. All right, so that's good. That's a good trait to have, Coop. Okay, so you guys are venturing out into the
Oh
wild.
my god.
Now, you begin traveling and you go probably, you're walking for like a good 2 hours and you get out way out of town
This is crazy.
and you begin to kind of get out to areas that are a little more hilly, and you notice that there are a lot of trees around, but there's also kind of little like squat hills and little areas throughout. So I'm going to have you kind of move through this way. So I want you to set yourselves up. You're going east towards where he thinks that your camp was. And this is he tells you in advance. He's like,
Why are we so far behind?
He's like,
These guys suck.
I'm not sure that I know exactly where
Let me hear.
our camp was, but I believe that I do.
Whatever, cool.
Yes, there.
So he's kind of leading the way, and he's like, yes, I believe this looks familiar. I may have passed through here when I was running from the wolves. We should continue proceeding east. So you guys are walking along. Now, I want everybody to make a perception roll. So look at your proficiencies down here
Yep.
and see if you have perception.
Yeah, I do.
There should be a number next to perception in your
wait, yeah.
proficiencies.
I got plus
I have
5.
+5.
So that is the plus that you roll to your d20. So roll a d20,
Yep.
and then tell me what the total roll is with your bonus.
22.
22 is very high, Cooper.
12.
12, Heather.
Do you
Ryan,
have it, Rory?
roll a
Yeah,
d20.
Here's one.
Add
So
in
do it
your
together.
perception
Plus
bonus.
1. With this?
Yep,
Yeah, D20.
8, 9.
9. Okay.
1
2.
plus
Rory
yeah,
is-
plus 1.
Rory is like, man, it's a beautiful night. All right, so Cooper, you are the only one who hears this. As you guys are walking,
What do I hear?
you hear like sticks, like movement
Ooh.
off. So you're headed east. You hear something from over in this area, like something like moving
Yeah.
in the woods, kind of beyond your vision over here.
Mhm.
You're the only one that hears it, though.
Yeah.
So everybody else is just walking along, holding their torch. What do you do?
I mean, they got some nice loot on them. I might let this thing come out and kill them so I can snag their loot. No,
Cooper,
I'm
that's
kidding.
mildly evil, but
No, I'm kidding. I won't
you
do
can
that.
do whatever you want. It's an open
Yo,
game.
guys, stop. Hold up. I hear something.
All right, you guys. Yuri Longsword stops. He's holding his bow and his arrow, and you see him looking off towards the south, and he's like, "Hey, stop! I hear something." What do you guys do?
We have to go check it out. Because what if it's the
yeah.
kid?
No,
I have a 3 in investigation. So
What if the
I'm
kid's
pretty
like,
good.
what if the kid's like dying?
But you're a
Probably
fighter,
like
or you
wolves.
got
Well, I feel like if it was the kid, well, have Malcolm call out
do
for
you
the kid.
and Brian move up closer to them, or do you stay there? What do you guys do?
Closer. 'Cause
Closer?
We're
Closer,
freaking
move
out,
closer.
dude.
Okay.
We gotta stay together. I
All
feel
right.
like we should
Yeah.
So you
stay
guys are
where
kind
we
of
are.
looking.
In all
Looking-
I feel like
in
I,
all
should
Yeah, we
be-
should-
I feel like I should be
We need to
aware
be like a
'cause I'm
huddle.
sneaking.
Yeah,
We're
like
in
be like
like
a
a
circle and we're all
circle.
looking around.
So
Yeah.
your
like,
torchlight, you could see around about maybe 20 feet, and you guys are kind of all there. You're all ready.
yeah.
Suddenly, you hear a growling coming from the area towards you.
We got
And
a
you see
blast out of it.
Up on the crest of this hill,
Ooh.
is
Oh no.
Oh,
you
we
see
got some.
4 very large wolves
Oh, wolves are nothing.
at the top of this hill,
Sure.
We're gonna go fight dragons eventually in this game. This
and they're
is nothing.
and they're snarling at you.
Ooh.
They look like they're kind of crouching down, and they're all watching you and snarling.
Leave Malcolm for the wolves.
Malcolm looks like he's about to crap himself. Remember that you guys all have weapons or
Yeah.
like spells,
He
and
doesn't.
Malcolm has like a walking stick and a blanket. He's like, oh. And
Ooh, can-
you could see that he's like terrified. He's
Can
like,
he fight if
um,
we get him equipped?
you don't know that because, I mean, you only know what he told you, which is that he fought off the wolves with a stick,
ask him
but
if
he
I-
looks like he got his ass handed to him.
Can I ask
Can I
him if he
ask
can
him?
fight?
You
'Cause
can,
I-
you can ask him.
Can
So
can I toss him?
he's like terrified looking at the wolves.
Can
Hey, then can I talk to him?
Yeah, he's
All right.
standing right next to you.
Hey, can you fight, dude?
He's like, wolves.
All right, hey, listen up. Can I pull out my rapier and give it to him? Hey, take this to defend yourself.
As
Stay
you
close
start to pull
us.
out your rapier and hand it to him, the wolves spring forward to attack. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
D20.
D20.
I'll be rolling for the wolves
And we
and
add
keeping track.
initiative?
So you add the number
got
for
what?
initiative. There's your
Where's
initiative
that?
bonus.
11.
15.
10.
9.
I got 11.
Okay, so now I'm going to count down from top to bottom. Who's the highest?
15.
Oh, I got 11.
15, 11,
10.
10,
9.
9. Okay, so you're about 50-50. All right, Heather, you see the wolves springing down forward,
God.
right? Now,
Yeah.
2 of them make this jump and are going to be like right up on you in a second. The other ones kind of spring down to here where they're like kind of behind this ridge.
Yeah. Can they get over that?
They might.
Oh.
Those 2 that are coming at you are going to be attacking, but you go first before they go. So you're right there.
Okay.
You could attack either one of them. They're in your range, depending on what you want to attack them
See,
with.
that one's closer
Okay,
to
so
me,
I
though.
need to use my sword. What's it called? The shillelagh?
You could use the shillelagh,
No, use the.
but casting the cantrip, so activating the shillelagh and then attacking would be your round. You wouldn't be able to move.
Oh.
Or you could thorn whip one of them.
Yeah.
Throw up the one closest to me because I don't want to die.
Cooper.
What? Do you want me to
yeah,
die?
It's closer.
The thorn whip is an attack.
Like this one's closest
So
to
you
Malcolm.
could-
We don't
you
really
could
need
thorn
Malcolm.
whip
Can I
it.
do that?
or you could shillelagh it. It's up to you.
We got thorn whip.
Thorn whip, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to roll your thorn whip attack. I just have to double check this.
Does that kill them? Like, can
It
kill
depends
them?
on how much damage
Or
it
if it
does.
doesn't kill them, does it like bring them close though?
So-
So I can finish them
You
off
can-
or something.
Yeah, you can get
Sort of, yes. So the thorn whip, now you had your rapier out because you were going to hand it to
Yeah,
the guy.
yeah.
So if she hits the wolf with the thorn whip and pulls it 10
Then I
feet,
could-
it'll be close enough for you to stab it.
Ooh,
But she
there-
has
that's
to hit.
teamwork.
So the thorn whip attack is based on your wisdom. So it's your dice roll plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom bonus. So it's +5 basically. So roll the dice, add 5.
Oh, let's go! That's a
Heather
kill.
out of the gate.
That's a kill.
So Heather,
Oh my
a
God.
natural.
That's
That's
a
called a
kill.
natural
That's
20.
a kill.
Okay, so it means it's a critical.
Okay.
He's dead.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if in the rules, if you critical with a thorn whip, if you actually double the damage. But with any other weapon attack, you normally double the damage, right? So if you were Rory, or whatever, if you were attacking with one 6-sided dice, you'd roll a second one and double your damage. That's how D&D works. When you roll a natural 20, it's called a critical hit. I'm going to let you double your damage either way because I think it's dope. That's the nice thing, is that I can change the rules. So normally for a critical hit, or normally for a hit, you'd roll one of those dice. And then you'd roll a second one, and that would be your damage, right? So look at that much damage. That would be 9, okay? I came up with a system called the Bill Allan Damage Alternative Scoring System, or BADASS. In my system, when you roll a crit, when you roll a 20, you don't just roll 2 dice, because that would be a 9.
Yeah.
You max out the first dice. Whatever dice it is, you max it out. So that's automatically a 6. Now you roll an extra damage dice. See how that works? So you could do more damage. So now you did 10 damage,
30
right?
damage is what she has, or what?
So 10. 10
Oh,
damage.
that's
Oh,
the
but
20.
what
The
about
20 is just a
20?
hit. That's why you get to roll.
Oh.
Otherwise, normally she would have just rolled 1 dice, and it could have been like a 1.
Oh.
So you did 10 damage.
Is this thing dead?
And because you hit him, you could pull him 10 feet towards you.
Is he dead?
He's not dead, but she messed him up. Like, it's
Cooper,
the
you can get
thorn.
him now.
So you call this thorn whip, and it literally just shoots out of your hand. You channel the power of nature. It whips out, and it's got thorns all over it, and it wraps around the wolf and rips him to the ground and pulls him towards right in front of you and Cooper.
Cooper, you gotta
Cooper.
get him.
Cooper.
Because, now, you remember what I said about flanking? So because here's Heather, here's you.
Yeah.
You're at a 90-degree angle. You can flank now. So what that means is instead of just rolling one time to hit, you roll 2 dice. It's called advantage. So roll your 20-sided dice first.
Yep.
A 12. Now roll it again. And you get to pick the higher of the 2 numbers.
19.
So the 19,
Yeah.
right? So because you have a flanking bonus, you have advantage. Advantage means you roll twice, you pick the higher of the 2,
Yeah.
right?
19.
So the 19 plus what? 6 for your rapier.
Yep.
So a 25 to hit. You definitely hit. Not a problem. Now roll damage. It's 1d8 plus 4.
Wait, 1d8 plus 4?
So you want to use, yep. So 2
2
plus 4 is 6.
6.
6 damage plus the massive 10 damage that Heather did is enough to kill the wolf. So Heather wraps him in the thorn whip, squeezes him, just whoosh, blood shoots out. She rips him towards the ground,
Yep.
and then you stab him with the rapier that you were about to give the old man.
Yep.
Okay,
Nice.
so now here's the thing, Cooper. That burns your round.
Yep.
You could still move, but you basically used a reaction to attack him.
Yep.
We'll get back to you. All right. This second wolf now goes before Brian goes. So the wolf is going to attack Cooper because he's right up front. So he runs up, leaps up, and bites at Cooper. But probably misses. What's your armor class?
Armor class 18
18. So I would have had to roll,
and 19.
with all my adjustments, something 18 or higher to hit you. I rolled a 5. So I definitely, this wolf does not hit you. He jumps up to bite you, but you're too fast and you kind of move
Oh,
out of the
yeah.
way. All right,
Oh, yeah.
Brian,
Yeah, get this guy for me.
you could see, like as you turn, you could see this wolf attacking Cooper. You could shoot a firebolt at him. You could shoot a ray of frost at him.
Let's
It's up
freeze
to
him
you.
up. Ice trap.
I'll use a firebolt.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your d20 to hit and add the bonus.
See.
What's the total?
9.
9. You shoot the firebolt out from your hand,
If you
but
hit me, I swear
it's
to
too
God.
close and you just miss the wolf and it just, the firebolt like shoots past. Okay, Rory,
Should've done ice.
you're up. So Rory, you can move and then attack.
Yeah, you gotta move.
Since you have a melee weapon, you have to get in close. Now you know what I was saying about flanking. If you move around to this side of the wolf, you get that sneak attack
What does he have to
damage.
roll
Yeah.
to get to that?
So
Like, can he just
1,
move?
2, 3, 4, that's plenty. Because you can move 6 spaces, because it's 30 feet. Each space is 5 feet. So now you get a flanking bonus. So you roll 2 20-siders. Roll both of
we go,
those
here
and
we
take
go.
the higher of the 2,
Here we go.
just like Cooper did. All right,
12.
12,
Alright,
and
that's
then roll
decent,
another
that's
one
decent.
and take the highest of the 2.
18.
18, right? Now add in, what's the plus for your short sword?
5.
Okay, so 18 plus 5 is 23. That definitely hits. Now, you roll your damage, okay? So roll 1 dice. Roll your 6-sider.
Here we go.
2 plus what's the damage? What does it say? 1d6 plus something?
Plus 3.
Okay, so 5. But now for your sneak attack, roll another 6-sider. So you got 5 plus 5, 10. So you're like, you like circle around, and while that wolf is distracted trying to bite Cooper, you run up and jab it with your sword. And it guts it, but the wolf is pissed. It's not dead, but you like got a hard hit on it. Okay, Cooper, you attacked, but you could still move.
Yeah.
If you could stay where you're at, and then you and Rory can get flanking bonuses against this wolf, but that means you're using your rapier. If you want to lose the rapier and use your bow, you have to disengage and move back so you can
So-
get your bow out.
What you're saying is like maybe like if I stay with my rapier, then these guys might come in, then I might have to keep using my rapier.
Yes, but also you have advantage as long as you're using your rapier and Rory and you are working as a team.
Yeah.
You both have advantage on your attacks.
Alright, so that would be smart to do that.
So you stay put.
Yeah. So
Okay, so now everybody went,
where's the button?
right? These wolves were last, so they run around, right? They're running around this way, but that's as far as they get. Now it's back to the top of the order. So Heather, you're up first. You see that wolf coming that way, that wolf coming that way.
Can I
Both
thorn
of
whip
them,
again?
yes, you can. Both of them are within your range. It's your choice. Which
Okay.
one?
Yeah, I'll thorn whip again.
Yes.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll your d20.
I'm going to die.
20.
It's an
Are you
automatic
kidding
hit.
me?
Yeah.
It's an automatic hit every time.
I don't know anybody. I've been playing this game for 38 years. I don't know anybody who started off the game of Dungeons and Dragons and rolled 2 20s in a row. I'm
It's
glad
an
this is
automatic
this is
hit.
on
We're gonna
video.
win.
Anything else?
We're
We
gonna
have
win.
we have proof. This is on video. All right.
She's good.
So same thing. Using my damage alternative scoring system, you automatically get a 6 plus what?
Wait.
3. So 9 damage, and you drag him 10 feet. 1, 2. He's dragged. He's not dead, but he's dragged.
Wait, is this something we're supposed to be recording?
I'll kill you, Paul. You better be recording this. That's funny. That was good. You got me for like 4 seconds, Paul. For 4 seconds. Matt Burns, I would kill you if you didn't record. You guys better be joking. I will fail this whole class.
Do you remember when it took him 4 tries to film my music video because he kept forgetting to hit the record button? I think he's kidding.
You just can't count on
Is he
Paul for
kidding?
anything.
Are they good?
I believe Matt Burns. Matt Burns said we were recording. Okay. I don't believe Paul. All right. So Heather, you have just struck another powerful thorn whip against a wolf, and now it is Cooper's turn. So you, Cooper, here's the thing: you could, you have a wolf like nipping at you between you and Rory, so you should probably deal with
Yeah,
him.
I want to do that.
But it's up to you.
No, I want
You
to. I
could
wanna
be
end
like,
that
I want to go kill that one.
No, I want to end this one.
All right, so go ahead and roll. Get those 2 d20s. Roll both of them
Oh, 'cause
because you have advantage. You're flanking, right? Strategy. When you work together, you get that advantage. All right, 9, not bad,
I don't like that.
and an 11. So 11. 11's the higher of the 2. What's your
11.
bonus with the rapier?
11
Plus 6?
yeah,
17. Easy hit. Totally hit. Go ahead and roll your d8 for damage. 3 plus what?
Plus, where's that again?
It'll say right next to your rapier.
Oh, 4, 7.
7
Do we
damage.
finish off?
That is enough to finish it off.
All right.
Rory stabs it with his short sword. You turn around, stab it with your rapier. You gut it from each side. It's dead. Brian.
So this one's down, right?
No, it's not dead. Yeah, it's down.
down, though.
She's got it in a thorn whip.
So I feel
So
like you got some time to get this.
Brian, you could hit either one from your range because the firebolt is like a missile. Like you could hit this far one, or you could shoot the one that Heather has down. It's up to you.
Let's do this so far. Let's get this over with.
The one that Heather has down is wounded, so if you hit it with the firebolt, you might kill it. This one's still fresh. It hasn't been hit. It's up to you.
Is the wolf closer to Malcolm or no?
That wolf could make it to Rory or Malcolm this round. You get to go before him.
I'll take the far one.
There
Okay.
we go. Oh my god.
All right, roll that d20. Let's see.
What are you doing?
15.
That's a hit.
There
Go
we
ahead and
go.
roll your damage,
You did it
d10.
again. You did it the first time. Oh, this is a 6 right here. I already know that.
9.
Or
Is that a 9? That's a
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
9 damage. Right. As you guys are fighting that wolf and you just kill it, you see this firebolt shoot right over your shoulder and ping this wolf. And it's
Okay,
like,
Brian. Okay, Brian.
its
Okay.
fur burns away as it takes a substantial hit from
You
the
should just
firebolt.
dip. Honestly, at this point,
Don't
you
just
should
dip.
leave. You should leave.
All right, Rory, you could,
Am I still trying to kill that one?
well, you thorn whipped. You started the round. So Rory, you could either run over to this one that's thorn whipped and do what you did before and get advantage because you and Heather are both fighting it. Or you could try to take this dude before it gets to the old man.
Yo, Rory, it's all right.
It's
I
up
got
to
this
you.
one, Rory. Rory, I got this one.
You got that
you
one?
trust me, bro. You trust me.
All right, yeah, I trust it. I'll get that one.
Okay, so you're going to run up and engage this wolf before he gets to the old man. So go ahead and attack.
Go Rory.
Normal attack, just
he's
one
not
dice.
flanking, right?
One dice.
Rory.
12
12, okay,
Plus.
plus, what do you have for your short sword? Plus what?
plus 5.
Plus 5, 17. Easy hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. D6
Rory, oh my god.
2 plus 3.
plus 3 is 5. Brian did 9, you did 5.
Is that a kill?
It's enough to kill it.
Oh, let's go.
Get it.
Let's go. Now let's finish
Okay.
this one off, Heather. Let's go.
Now-
Use your sword this time.
Yeah.
That thorn whipped wolf is still alive.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to escape from the thorn whip, which he does.
Oh.
He's going to bite Heather.
Let's go.
He bit me.
He's going to. Well, what's your AC? Nope, he misses. Your armor class is 15. He's snapping at you, but he's not able to get to you.
These wolves
Okay,
suck.
top of the round. It's Heather's turn
All right.
again. If you roll another 20, I'm going to crap myself. Okay.
19.
19.
Jesus.
That's
All right.
still close anymore. That's still close.
You hit. Roll damage. Just regular damage.
2.
Okay, 2. Not bad. All right, so it's still wounded. It's still wounded. Cooper, you're up. You
Alright,
can step
Cooper.
over and attack.
What if I
1,
rolled
2.
another
Now you
20?
can get flanking bonus if you move
Yeah,
around
I'll do
it.
that.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Now you can attack.
Coop, you got this.
That's a 9. Or what?
9.
Roll the second attack because you have advantage.
9.
Okay, so 9 plus, what's your bonus?
Plus
6?
6.
15 hit.
Hit.
All right, roll your damage. It's probably going to be dead unless you roll a 1. Well, rip. Well, how
1
much?
plus 6.
Oh,
Or 1
you
plus
have
4. 1
plus
plus 4.
Oh, yeah, that's enough.
5. He's dead?
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice Coop.
So you drop him, you stab him from behind.
Oh, we just destroyed them.
All right, so in a matter of 20 seconds, you wiped out 4 wolves.
Oh.
5 minutes. 10
Um,
minutes.
I feel like the bell's gonna ring soon.
You realize that wolves usually travel in packs and that there may be more. So I leave it up to you. Do you stick around or do you quickly continue moving east?
Keep going.
You gotta keep
Continue.
going.
We gotta
You
keep
gotta
going.
keep
We're
going.
gonna go.
We
Okay,
can't
what time
just
is it?
sit here. 3.
3.
Like it's like 3.
Okay.
We
All
have
right,
4 minutes.
that will be all for now. You guys leave the wolfish area and continue moving east, looking for the missing child.